man is a priest. What else? A provider. Protector, mentor, all those. Is it scriptural?
I think in trying to help men know how to operate in the New Testament church, they picked one trait and from 70 men in the Bible, because the only one man in the Bible who did all that was Jesus Christ, and he was the perfect man.
Yeah.
So you will go do an exposition and pick David as a protector and pick Samuel as a priest, but you're reading through
different men
or so characters. So no one character played all those roles except Jesus Christ. Now, to put pressure of that level of graceful perfection on a mortal is to sabotage the need for grace to live with that person. And I think that is why most of our relationships are miserable, they are sexless, because every single day a man starts from failing. Because then I ask a woman, what is the role of a woman? In the Bible you say helper. I ask them, what is a helper?
Yeah.
Define helper.
Yeah.
A helper is when I am when I am this, you morph into that.
Yeah.
When I am that, you morph into this. When you are this, you morph into that. If I'm to be, all these components are necessary in a home, but they ought not necessarily to be demanded of an individual. When a woman starts making more money, he says, my man is not good with money, my man is careless, my man does not know how to handle this. So we make men feel less because we have told them they have to be 80 men in one. You can't.
Wow.
And men, we are sorry. As a pastor, as a leader, I am sorry for putting you under such pressure.
Yeah.
I am sorry for creating in you the urge to be more in a moment, and yet you have not even discovered what you are made to be in the first place.
Yeah.
I accepted this interview actually just to be the one to first of all say, hey man, I am sorry. Let's reduce the pressure. Let us go back to finding who are we, not what are we doing. Who are we? That's where we compete with one another. We banish one another. We hope and pray you fail so that I can at least get some relief. And you notice the strategy is female, because you notice one thing with women. Women tame or shame. To the man they can't tame, they shame. To the man whom they can tame, they never shame. And so we men are afraid have ended up being tamed or shamed.
Right. Whoa. One final thought. You said you're a pastor, right?
Yep.
They call you bishop, they call you pastor, they call you apostle. What do they call you?
They call me bishop because I think they think my thought process is bishopric, and we run.
It's okay.
And other men are feeding off it, and other men are coming to draw inspiration from it and build the intellectual part and their image from it. But I have about 5 or 7 churches currently under me, but I'm also a corporate trainer.
Right.
I mentor men, do business and all that. So I
Awesome.
so they just decided to call me bishop for
That's
both.
fine. That's okay. Cool. So you're the right man for this question. If you listen to our previous episodes, I think I could say 80% of those episodes, something has always come up, and it is the idea that there is the insinuation that there is no safe space for men in the modern church to find help and to be vulnerable and to be authentic. The idea that the man in church must be the most holy, the most righteous, like men don't have struggles and men don't share their struggles. If they do, it's a spectacle. They're supposed to be holy, so to speak. What do you guys do in your organization with men?
Finally, I decided to be down to earth.
Yeah.
I decided that I bring men around me and I tell them, You will see me in my battles. You will see me in my building. As you stay around me, you will see me in my stresses. Jesus would bring people and see that for me to have the level of power that people can touch my garments and get healed. I bleed at night. I sometimes say, take this cup away from me. There are things I go through and say, guys, this is the face I am. And I don't want my authority to be without authenticity.
Yeah.
And what makes it authentic is when I can now be relational as the leader and allow the people to know that just because I'm struggling, it doesn't mean I'm not a spirit. I am a spirit. My struggles don't shape who I am. So I bring people around me, have some lunch, have some coffee, have some tea. I am ever trying to challenge them to master the environment, go after goals, never be lost in a moment, never allow a moment to blind them from a future. There are many opportunities in life. Don't be a prisoner that I lost my chances. There are more chances coming. And in trying to become down, I have found that I have enabled so many entrepreneurs and so many pastors, and some married, some divorced, some scarred, some are offended. And to tell men that the only unfortunate thing is not that there is no safe space for men. For me, my experience I've discovered is that it's not that there is no safe space for men. It's that men enter a space with their own disciplinary measure.
Conditioned already.
Now, anytime conditioned. So anytime you try to discipline them so that you set them off and set them free from male to transition into manhood, it's a form of circumcision. Discipline is circumcision. You are cutting off the waste and the unwanted. Most men hate being disciplined. They feel like discipline exposes them, discipline puts them down, discipline, and every time you discipline a man, he crashes. And because of ego, that is a false image that has been built from the conditioned man. It's the conditioned man that operates in ego. The authentic man operates in tender humility because he knows it is in me being disciplined that I'm developing the toughness to build the goals and master the environment that I so desire. So but I pray that in every space,
does the disciplining have to be, public, exposing people?
Not necessarily. No. No. Discipline does not deal with public, the public measure.
Accountability, public accountability.
Counsel. Yeah, discipline is personalized counsel. Discipline is like medicine. You don't take medicine and give to 20 people, and you've not diagnosed 20 people. Discipline is personalized treatment, personalized counsel. It's customized for an individual to help them overcome themselves, because our biggest obstacle is ourselves. So many men, when they get closer to public figures like us and they start being celebrated because of association, they let the association affect their attitude even towards themselves. So at some point, they begin to actually feel, I am now at a point of no need of learning. I'm only at the point of application. But that low appetite for learning is what has made the women rise in the last few years, because women have a high appetite for learning. So they are applying, but they are learning. I write a book, the women are there. If I say, when you post this podcast and I say we did something here with Brother Lawrence, the number of women will be listening to want to know, where are we getting it wrong? But the men will be, where do you get the time?
You are 100% right on that one, because the feedback we get on this podcast is from women. It is from women.
And you wonder.
Actually, we've complained about this before, because it's the women who directly comment and review and directly reach out on the inbox, and they say how this podcast has helped them. And sometimes some women even say, it's a men's podcast. I wanted to comment, but it's a men's podcast. But for the men, absolutely zero, absolutely nothing. And actually, there's a man who scoffed at it and he said, this is sanctimonious gibberish that we're doing here.
That's their attitude. They feel like I don't need to be taught, but that's ego. that same attitude is what I see with men. They feel like when another man is talking to you, you first ask what his age, 2, how much does he make, 3, where does he stay, so what can he tell me? He can tell me nothing. He earns less, lives in a less place, looks worse than me. But a lot of truth is hidden in people that you never even knew. They could have spurred you to master your environment and accelerate the realization of your goals. But our cockiness obstructs us. So women come around, take this wisdom, go back, repackage themselves, come out, because you know this, a woman can function as a man also, because manhood is an order. So once that order comes in, it's a spirit. Once that spirit comes in, that woman begins to pierce through life, master the environment, feels the voice of loneliness and instability and emotional turmoil, and she functions so well. And then you start saying, this Pasi, he loves women, or the women love this Pasi. Why? But it's an order, and it should not be celebrated by an individual. We who are males have the first privilege of enjoying the order of men.
Awesome stuff. So finally, if you were to talk to a man today, I know you're really passionate about men, boys, men, all the same. You're passionate about the male, and you're passionate about the authentic man. What would be your message to a man today, whether he's an authentic man and he knows it, or he's a conditioned man and he doesn't know it? What would be your message to them?
My message to every man would be, first of all, without delighting in God, all your desires will not come to pass. And should they come to pass, they will not give you the desired end. Delight yourself in the Lord as a man, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. It is in finding the patience to delight in the things that build your spirit that will give you the strength to realize your desires. But when you pursue your desires at the expense of your spirit, or as a substitute to your spirit, then those same desires will choke you and suffocate you, because we men are spirits. And there is nothing material that can take the place of spirit, but spirit can generate material things. So I would tell a man, find your spiritual space and your spiritual man, and life will begin to take a new order.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Bishop Welly, Pastor Welly. Man of God.
Thank you so much.
Right. So let me ask you this. If a man wanted to get in touch with Welly, maybe they want to be mentored to be an authentic man, or just want to talk about manhood and entrepreneurship. You've said you're an entrepreneur and you teach people and so on. How do they get in touch with you?
First of all, the socials have made it easy. Just go to Welly Odendo, Welly Odendo, and just drop an inbox, just the same way we did with you. Just drop me an inbox or write a comment there, and the people in my team and my office will pick it up and organize how that can be done. Secondly, you can inbox us with your contacts, and our office will reach out to you and enable us to have a way of structuring how we can help one another. 3, I'm on Anchor. If you go download Anchor and search for Welly Odendo, you'll find as many materials as possible. So just go to Anchor, whether you're on Spotify or whichever, just go to Anchor and search for Welly Odendo, Welly Odendo, and you will find as much materials of whether it's vision you want to build, poverty, anything that will create a starting point to begin to have these mental dents that you're putting out there.
Awesome stuff. Well, we'll come to the end of our episode today, Pastor Welly, Bishop Welly, and I do appreciate your wisdom today and your guidance, and I think it's going to help as many men as possible, as I have been helped today to know that there is a conditioned man and there is an authentic man that has stood out for me big time. And I do hope that next time when we reach out, actually I'm sending regards from my co-host who was not